Спасибо.
Спасибо вам большое за сессию.
Сейчас объявление от организаторов. Будет какое-нибудь?
Да?
Будет, да?
Да. Уважаемые коллеги, сейчас у нас начнется процедура, которую нас попросило провести посольство Франции. Вообще посольство Франции в России является таким очень хорошим нашим помощником в осуществлении сотрудничества. У нас на самом деле очень много лабораторий совместных, и я бы хотела поблагодарить представителей посольства Франции за вот ту поддержку, которую они оказывают ученым французским и российским для того, чтобы они могли проводить их совместное исследование. И сейчас вот состоится церемония награждения наших ученых, которые внесли большой вклад в развитие такого сотрудничества с Францией. И на сцену сейчас я приглашу консула по науке и технологиям французского посольства месье Абдо Малак, и он расскажет о том, как будет церемония. И консул, и также у нас присутствует консул, здесь консул посольства Франции в Санкт-Петербурге.
Добрый день. Я очень рад быть с вами. Может быть, лучше по-английски будет как. I'm extremely happy to be with you today and very honored. And I'm very, very glad that we have an occasion to highlight the high quality of the cooperation between Russia and France in the field of science and chemistry in particular. It's not well known from the broad public how this cooperation, which has lasted a long time, is actually very intensive, and so I'm happy that we find an occasion to express our gratitude to the Russian scientists who are so much involved into this cooperation. Thank you very much.
So I will be the person who will give the medal, the academic palms, to the recipients. And I must say I'm very happy that I was invited to do that. So before we call the laureates, let me say a few words. So dear ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to pay tribute to Mr. Alexander Anatolievich Trifonov, Mr. Israelievich Muronets, and Mr. Vladimir Germanovich Dubrovsky for their contribution to the development of Franco-Russian relations. Your colleagues and friends are around you on this occasion. The ministerial order, just a few explanations, historical explanations. The Ministerial Order of Academic Palms is the oldest of our distinctions awarded exclusively to civils. It was created in 1808 by Napoleon I to honor the distinguished members of the university. It is a strong symbol of the spirit of those times who wanted to replace the privilege of birth with the recognition of merit. By awarding you this distinction, France intends to mark its admiration and gratitude for your personal and professional journeys. But this ceremony is also a moment of friendship, an opportunity to reaffirm the strength of the ties between France and Russia, to which you contributed with your tireless commitment. Before giving you your decoration, I would like to remind everyone the reasons that led France to wish to honor you. So let's start with Alexander Anatolievich. Dear Alexander Anatolievich, from 1979 to 1984, you studied chemistry at the State University of Gorky, from which you received your diploma degree. During your PhD studies, you have been working at the Institute of Organometallic Chemistry of the Russian Academy of Sciences in Nizhny Novgorod, a very famous place and a very famous institute. There, you defended your thesis successfully in 1989. Afterwards, you moved to the West for your postdoctoral studies, first in Germany at the Technical University of Berlin, then in France at the Université Paris-Sud in the south of Paris, under the supervision of a very famous French professor, Professor Henri Cagon, for whom personally I have a lot of admiration. After returning to the Institute of Organometallic Chemistry in 2003, you defended your second thesis, and the year after, you became head of the Laboratory of Coordination Chemistry. Coordination Chemistry is a branch of chemistry which is very close to my heart. Now director of the Nesmeyanov Institute of Organoelement Compounds of the Russian Academy of Sciences, another very, very famous and fully recognized institute, your research focuses mainly on the area of organometallic synthesis, coordination chemistry of rare earth elements, and material chemistry. Cher Alexandre Anatolievich, pour votre apport remarquable à la connaissance et pour la générosité de votre contribution à l'amitié qui unit nos deux pays, au nom du ministère de l'Éducation nationale, nous vous faisons officier dans l'ordre des palmes académiques. So now you move on. We will hug. We will hug. This is the French tradition. Thank you very much.
Merci le consul, monsieur l'attaché scientifique, monsieur le prix Nobel, monsieur Sauvage. Je suis très touché. Je veux exprimer ma gratitude cordiale au gouvernement français, à mes collègues français et à tous mes amis pour cette estimation haute de ma contribution modeste dans le développement de la science et de la coopération franco-russe. Merci beaucoup, je suis très touché.
So we will now talk about the second laureate, Vladimir Israelievich. You have studied within the biological faculty of the Lomonosov Moscow State University, from which you graduated in 1971. In 1974, you defended your PhD in biological sciences in the same university. Afterwards, you have embarked on a career at the Belozerski Institute of Physico-Chemical Biology, where you are still working in. Now, head of the Department of Animal Cell Biochemistry of this institute, you are still very involved in scientific activities. Throughout your career, You have been the principal investigator of grants by the International Science Foundation, ISF, the Russian Foundation for Basic Research, RSBR, and the Russian Science Foundation, RSF, among many others. As a specialist in biochemistry, you have published nearly 200 papers in international reviews, more than 70 in Russian journals, as well as 33 articles, 8 reviews, and 3 books in overall. You have been working for many years to tighten the link between French and Russian research communities, especially with your colleague and friend, Guy Branlant from the University of Nancy. Incidentally, Guy Branlant, I know him relatively well because he was a student in Strasbourg, at Strasbourg University. You have also participated as a member of Council for 3 PhD defenses of French-Russian PhD under supervising of Professor Thomas Hertler. Cher Vladimir Israeliovitch, pour rendre hommage à l'excellence de votre carrière scientifique et pour votre action en faveur de la coopération entre nos deux pays, au nom du ministère de l'Éducation nationale, nous vous faisons chevalier dans l'ordre des palmes académiques. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Dear friend, dear colleagues, thank you very much, first of all, to French government for this awards, and also French embassy and my French friends, and of course the organizer of this Congress. In this case, I have opportunity to get this award here. So I collaborated with French people around 20 years and spent totally in France 3 years. But nevertheless, I practically don't know French because some of my French colleagues speak in Russian. So nevertheless, I know a lot of words in French connected with the food, like poisson avec légumes and some other word, poulet avec purée, and so on. And I can survive in France in any case, and I very glad that I have opportunity to live in France so many years, and thank you again.
So let's now talk about Professor Dubrovsky. Dear Vladimir Germanovich, you have emerged as a leading Russian specialist in semiconductor, nanostructures, and crystalline growth theory. Trained at the prestigious Leningrad State University, then at the University of Oxford as a doctorate in engineering sciences, you are now a recognized professor at the National University of Research in Information Technologies, Mechanics and Optics, ITMO, of St. Petersburg, and the author of more than 150 publications. In parallel with your academic missions, you serve as director of the Laboratory of Physics of Nanostructures of the Academy of Sciences and co-director of the International Laboratory of Physics of Epitaxial Nanostructures at ITMO, which brings together many partners, including French researchers from the University Reims, Champagne, Ardennes. For more than a decade, you have played a key role in strengthening relations between Russian and French researchers in nanostructural physics, particularly in the field of material synthesis and growth modeling. In fact, along with Frank Glass, a researcher at the Center for Nanosciences and Nanotechnology at University Paris-Sud in Orsay, you participated in the creation and development of the international laboratory, nanostructures, in French, I'm sorry, nanostructures décomposées, semi-conducteurs, croissance, propriété, mécanisme. I'm almost sure that everybody can understand those French words. They are very similar to many other languages. This laboratory, created in 2010, brings together 3 Russian laboratories and 5 French laboratories belonging to the French CNRS. It has become an essential axis of cooperation between the Russian Academy of Sciences and the CNRS in the field of new materials. You have also created and facilitated numerous events in cooperation with French researchers, including the Russian-French Nanoscience and Nanotechnology Workshop, which has given rise to 8 international conferences since 2008. Cher Vladimir Germanovich, pour rendre hommage à l'excellence de votre carrière scientifique et pour votre action en faveur de la coopération entre nos 2 pays, au nom du ministère de l'Éducation nationale, nous vous faisons chevalier dans l'ordre des palmes académiques. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's hug. This is Spanish.
Félicitations. Let me use a more familiar language, but I have to really improve my French. So, thank you, France, and thank you, the honored representative of the French state. So, of course, I'm delighted to receive this award, but I mean, it's always a pleasure. But I think in my life I've been already awarded by, being a researcher. And very importantly, our research in the field of semiconductor materials for optoelectronics and telecommunications is aimed at making, computers, mobile phones and things even better in terms of reliability and security, to make them lighter and finally cheaper, to make them even more affordable to the people. And we are really in the very international field of research, and we are collaborating with many, many people in France, and some of those have been mentioned here. So I do not have time to mention all of them. But now I want to say that they are not only collaborators, very importantly, they are also very good friends. So, thank you very much, and with this award I think, and I strongly believe that the collaboration and the personal relationships that we have established will continue and extend into the future. Merci beaucoup.